YOLO! How's everybody doing? This is Whitney Moon Tarot. I'm Whitney Moon. Haven't been having the best time, so I'm not sure how this reading is going to come out. I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty tough reading. Just by kind of picking up the energy altogether, I'm like, this might be a really bad reading, but if it comes out, then it means it's being exposed. That's a good thing. So let's see. Did you see that come flying out? Don't. Okay, what I'm kind of getting is I almost feel like there's somebody around you that has been exposed as the bad guy. So from the looks of it, I think someone's been hiding money from you. They almost went as far as put it in a bag and dug it into the ground. Like a duffel bag of money they've hidden from you. This person, I think, was mad at you. And it looks like they scared you off in some way. So the world is I don't know, kind of telling you to celebrate. Getting this now Ace of Cups with the celebration. Maybe now it's been exposed. Somebody's found the bag of bones. They found the bag of money, massacre of bones. Terror of crystals. Yeah, so Wheel of Fortune, King of Cups. I think somebody has died. There's justice. It was justice in reverse. Ace of Crystals in reverse. Somebody has definitely taken money, okay? And they've been holding it back for a while. And just keeping it all to themselves. And that's where this is why I'm getting I don't know if they buried it or they buried you, and they buried the relationship so then they could keep this this money kind of hidden from you. So the universe is kind of saying I'm getting this there's a huge misjustice here. Okay, and this misjustice was, I think, kind of left for you to die, right? No money means how do you survive? right? So all, like, I feel like there's been like a financial loss big time here with this Ace of Crystals in reverse, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this celebration card, it's the carry card, where, you know, and she finally just loses it on everybody, and it's like a massacre of blood, you know. It's like, I don't know if suddenly someone's going to come around and say like, hey, I've been holding this money back from you, and it's because of this, and this, and you're like, okay, well, that money was there to help me, and I don't know if this person wants like mercy or something, you know, like, because this could come down to, if it's misjustice, this shit could come down to like these people could get in trouble for actually what they've done, right? It's like they tried to hide something. It's like, I almost feel like, you know, if grandpa died or if grandma died, they like almost tried to like hide the body, you know, and then they didn't want any evidence of the money, so they just took it and they hid the money, so then it couldn't go to anybody else, right? I almost feel like that. Like, this is a really fucked up reading, because like what I'm getting a lot of death, and no wonder I use like the death tarot. Like, I'm getting a lot of signs that somebody has passed on. Okay. This Massacre of Cups, this King of Cups, and they couldn't give this to you, or they tried to give it to you, but it got like intertwined by what I feel like this person and this person. Okay. Kind of saying like, almost like using their heart in a way, you know, kind of saying like, well, they care about themselves and about their well-being, right? This is some type of, this has been a manipulation with these people. So that's why we've got this bad boy, Wheel of Fortune. It's turning the wheel now on these people and whatever they've done. So we've got the Massacre of Bones, which would be the King of Wands, with the Terror of Crystals, which would be the Page of Pentacles. So we've got, all of a sudden, this idea comes to the Massacre of Bones. And it's like you've been cheated. And cheers. Because we all know what goes around comes around. So if these people have cheated you, okay, out of some type of financial gain, I just heard, right? Now it's like, that's what people gotta be, man. When it's your family that does shit, it's, you know, those adults, right, that they get the next of kin, right, and they make these decisions, and they actually think that people won't find out about things, and they actually think that they have the ability to take wills almost like, you know, under their own hand. And unfortunately, if somebody spends the money and it hasn't even gotten fully to the people because it was that person's responsibility, say, right, those people will never be able to get that money back. Like, once the money's gone, the money's gone. And that's where things start to get tricky with the justice system, because if they've gone and done something like that, like if grandpa or grandma or like mom or dad gave next of kin all the money to distribute to everybody, and they just missed you, they didn't want to give anything to you, and this was a big chunk of money, and you find out about it, and then they go, well, the money's gone and we can't give it to you now, we don't have it. Then you say something like, sell your house, sell your car, get a job because you're paying me back, right? And this is where it might get tricky, because you might actually have to take this person to court. But then that's the idea maybe that you put under your ass, is go, okay, well, put it this way, I'm going to get a lawyer. If you owe me this amount of money and you're backed up by, like, if this person owns a business or this person owns a house, this person owns anything, even a fucking vehicle, right? Any type of credit, anything like that, like bonds, stocks, stuff like that. Unfortunately for them, this is where it starts to get tricky, because wills are supposed to be followed through with. So if this person, if this loved one that left you something, if they have written it down, okay, what this person was supposed to do, and like the accountant knows, like, okay, so we're gonna give you this money, but just know that like you're gonna have to break some checks now if you don't want me to do it. And the guy's like, oh yeah, don't worry, everybody will get paid, everybody in the family will get their money, you know. But the loved one didn't really specify how that could happen, right? Then it's like, I mean, you're kind of rolling the dice, right? Like, I think that this is something that I'm not an expert in this. I have absolutely no idea how the court system works. I know that we have wills in place for a reason. That's all I know. And you cannot fight a will. Once that person is dead, they are dead. It is set in stone. Siblings can fight each other over parts of the will if they want, but what's in that will is in that will. It might as well be concrete. That's why that shit gets signed and notarized, right? Somebody else has to watch that person sign that shit, just so then it verifies that that will is actually correct and written by that person. So this shit is taken very seriously. And like when you're getting involved with people, and especially family, they tend to act out like from matters of the heart, right? So they start to get like entitlement starts to step in, like, well, I'm allowed, and you're not actually, you know, figuratively speaking, through the justice system, not actually allowed to do what a lot of these people think they're allowed to do, but they act out of emotion, and then they think, well, because you're family members with them, you're not going to get them in trouble, when that's actually what the opposite you should be doing, is that if these are family members, then get them in trouble immediately, so then this stops, because clearly somebody's already committed an offense here, and you've had to pay the price. And now the wheels turned, like, especially, you know, like this family member, whoever this is, like it's literally coming up as family member, but not all family members are blood, right? Some family members we choose to take, some families we're married into, right? So I feel like, I almost feel like that you shouldn't be giving mercy to this person. That's just my personal opinion. I'm just saying that because they ain't giving me any reason for you to say, oh yeah, by the way, I totally forgive you and anything, and here's your money and you can keep it and I'll starve. No. There's the Fool, haunting of daggers. So the Queen of Swords speaks the truth. Yeah, you speak the truth. Ooh, there's a lot of feminine energy all of a sudden just kind of bursting on the scene here. And the thing is that somebody really speaks from the heart. And they obviously, it's most likely you, I'm getting. You're going to kind of like let these people know what they did, you know, and how much it hurts you. And that's the thing, is a lot of people can't really, like, it's really hard for people to, like, when you say you're disappointed, it's not that you're mad, but you're just really disappointed. To me, that's worse. I never want to disappoint a person. I try very hard to keep people satisfied and happy. And when someone's disappointed, I really like to know, what is it that I can do to make sure that you're not disappointed anymore? You know, so I think, honestly, I think what these people did is very disappointing. I think that they took a lot of things that they shouldn't have, and they were greedy in ways that they shouldn't have been, and they really thought that they were going to just bury this and let it die, bury the hatchet and let it go away, but they were taking the law into their own hands. And what happens when that happens? People get charged. You're not allowed to take the law into your own hands. You're not allowed to just go around fucking picking and choosing what you want to do with something. You know, eventually that shit's going to catch up. Right? Like anybody who drinks and drives, like eventually you're going to get caught. Like, I know it might not be today or tomorrow and 10 years, but you will eventually get caught if you're fucking meant to. If the world is finally over you driving around wasted, potentially hurting people, right? But because you can do it, and that's what sucks with like entitlement, is like, I can, I'm allowed, it's my vehicle, it's my life, blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of what I'm getting with this money, is like somebody being like that, like, it's my life and I'm the one who needs it right now. And if they wanted it, they should have been here. And like, maybe you're a little bit like detached from this family, and you know, but you still were grandpa's favorite, or you still were grandma's favorite. And they're like, yeah, but they don't even speak to us anymore. So like, their personal opinion should reflect their will, not the will of somebody who has nothing to do with their own personal fucking story with their kids. You know, like, honestly, it's like the way that people manipulate, and then they think, like I said, that you're not going to get them in trouble, that you couldn't possibly get angry with them, that nothing could possibly happen to them. And then this might be the time where you actually call the police and get some advice. Like, my family members have actually legit stolen from me. I now have the money. I now have, you know, they've admitted everything. Like, where's my defense now? Like, well, I actually, you know, I mean, even if they give you the money and they've stolen it from you, I'm pretty sure you can still press charges against them for holding that money back for as long as they did. Right? Making up the excuses that they did. Like, anybody can get in trouble. Trust me, call the cops, learn your rights, right? Because that's the thing, is a lot of people don't know their rights. And like, that's why there are people that work at stations that can answer the phone and answer any question that you have. They can look it up. They can have an officer call you back, you know, like, if anybody knows the law, go to the law people, okay? Go to the law people. Exercise your rights. Family or not, that's bullshit, man. Ooh, 4 daggers. I'm telling you, I really feel like somebody died. Okay. And, or, you know, when you come out of this, like, cause I mean, money would come from somewhere if somebody did die, but at the same time, there is going to be a lot of healing that's going to have to be involved. Like, I mean, you might not trust people for a while. Okay, the universe might be telling you, listen, you need to just fucking chill out for a little bit and be on your own and create your own, you know, etheric energy, because this is going to take a little while to get over the fact that you were just lied to for as long as you were, right? And like jeopardized, put into the world's hands when something was there for you this whole time. It was just buried. It was just unseen because you didn't know about it. That's not justified. It's not justifiable either. So, I mean, they got an Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and you got an Ace of Cups upright, so fuck them. Ooh, did you see that come out, too? 8 of Wands. Lovely. 8 of Bones, 8 of Wands. That means energy's moving. It's motion. Motion. Motion, motion, motion. Coming into sequence. Justice always prevails. I have to remind myself that. Ooh, there's Temperance. Okay, so we got Libra and Sagittarius that this energy is coming out, right? Really keep a level head with this, okay? Definitely try to, ooh, Ace of Daggers. A lot of truth in that, okay? Try to, like, maybe not, like, depressively drink. You know, try to keep a level head, you know? Try not to act out vengefully. Like, what these people have done is awful, yes. And let me tell you, the universe knows, which is why I know. Right? If I know, let me tell you, everybody fucking knows. There's the 7 of Bones. So the 7 of Wands, yeah, like, it's kind of scary how much you've got to fight for yourself and for this. And it's also kind of scary with what you can do to them. Ooh, there's the Chariot, Cancer. You know, a lot of Chariot energy has been coming up. And that is kind of my signal that we're moving, but we're moving into darkness. We can see, but it's very hard to see. Okay. What's coming up? There's the Hermit. There's some Virgo energy. Okay. And then look at that, the Tower. Okay. The cracks in the foundation, right? Like somebody's losing it. Okay. And they're not fixing anything. Right. And say this was money. Okay. That was held back from you. This person has a house that they're sturdily living against while you might be going apartment to apartment to apartment, right? And they're not even fixing their fucking house. They're not even fixing the foundation. They're not fixing anything. They're just making things worse. They're spending stuff on temptation, right? They're spending things, and that's why somebody's gone and hid some money, maybe because of this Queen of Hearts here, you know, using her heart all the time, exposing her heart all the time, and spending a lot of money. But there's like a lot of truth to this. I'm being pointed to the sword above the Magician, and then this Ace of Daggers that just came up, Ace of Swords with Temperance. Like, the thing is, I think there's a lot of truth to this, and I think that once you find out the truth, it's going to be even worse. Because not only did you hear it from me, and then you thought like maybe it might not be true, but now you're going to find out that it's true. So this is a huge warning that like money's been stolen from you and hidden away so you don't know about it. And these people have to come forward. Justice is going to prevail. And how justice prevails, that's the thing. Is like, if these people have absolutely no fucking intention on giving it back to you, the universe might kill them off. which is how the original inheritance got put there to begin with, was somebody's death. And then the universe is waiting for this people to do the right thing with everything, and they're not doing the right thing with it. So now what happens? They might get killed off too, or they might get put into a point where they don't need money anymore, right? Because they're being taken care of by another person. I don't know. I don't have all the answers, people. But definitely someone's been hiding, right? And that's what I get with this Hermit, is like they've been hiding a lot of this energy from you while their foundation is crumbling. And now it's going to crumble to the ground. And that's what's in motion right now, is the fact that this person is going to crumble. And then that's when everything gets exposed. It's like just before they turn the light on. Everything's dark, dark, dark. And then the light gets turned on and you find out about a lot of fucking things. I can't help but notice how much that this sun is just lighting up my crown, like my third eye mainly, and like my, you know, my crown chakra and my throat chakra, right? Of like about what I'm sensing. And like I feel like this is a lot, like maybe we said that before in the beginning of the reading about having to use your senses, right? And keeping a level head on all of this, right? On how people really work, and that, you know, if they've been able to keep as much from you as they have, then I don't know how much mercy you're really going to want to give to them, right? Like that doesn't seem like a merciful kind of situation, but I'm not you, so I don't know. I don't know these people's excuses as to why they would do something so heinous like this. Yeah, okay. So the thing is like, look how these came up. So we got hate in reverse with liar. The thing is that they're trying to lie about how much they hate you. They're trying to tell people that they love you. That it's not about, they don't hate you, you hate them. Why would they do anything to you? You're the one that causes all the problems, not them. And they're liars. They're lying. They're lying about how much they hate you. They really are. So then it even throws people off even more about this money, because if they loved you, then people would assume they gave it to you, right? Oh my God, look what's in my hands. Accidents. See? These people might be getting into an accident. And we got Hex. We got the Lucky 13 card in reverse. We've got Bully, Witch in reverse, Mimosa Juice in reverse. I'm actually drinking a mimosa right here. Woo! Gotta love that Bambino. Whoa! It's so tardy. Over the Christmas season, my sister and I tried quite a few champagnes. And to tell you the truth, Bambino is probably the best one to make in mimosas, because you can't really have a sweet champagne in a mimosa. It doesn't work. It's too sweet. But if you put a bitter champagne, I thought people were just really being cheap, which I'm sure they are being cheap, but for the most part, in my eye, be cheap with it, because you're going to want a bitter champagne with orange juice. It's like, it tastes the best. Even I tried another bitter champagne and it didn't work. So, I don't know, Bambino's the best in my part. Just saying. Big, beautiful black cat. Then we got Poison, Camo, and Shattered. So this reading has taken a huge turn on understanding these people, that they are going into some very unlucky energy. They're going to some very hasty energy from the looks of it, because of the direction that they chose to go in. They're actually turning into monsters if they're not already. And there is no more good times. Their good times are done. They're not enjoying anything anymore. And the thing is that they're somehow going to get poisoned. It's like, it's camoed. It's hidden. So once it's shattered, it's done. So I almost feel like, hypothetically speaking, like they could get into an incident where they accidentally poison themselves, or get somewhere and it's like not necessarily a poison per se, as it is something more etheric than that, and there's actually something that gets kind of put into their veins and they change even more nasty, and then that's what kills them, right? Because the more and more that they detach from themselves, right, the more and more they get angry, right, and they get disconnected, right, from themselves, that they don't listen to anything. So this is going to be like, they're going to drive at the wrong time. They're going to get into situations at the wrong time because they're not doing anything for themselves. They're pushing their energy out. They're trying to force things. And unfortunately, when you try to force a lot of things, that's where you can get hurt, because the energy, you're going against what energy is trying to tell you, and you're going to get somebody hurt. Right? That's how that shit works. Honestly, I've watched it a gazillion times. People that have tried to force energy, and all that energy does is come right back and hurt somebody, because it wasn't supposed to be messed with. It wasn't supposed to be manipulated, right? It was supposed to be left alone to grow as it needed to grow. Okay. So people mess with energies. They don't really understand what they're messing with, because it's people, I think for a lot of it, people just don't know. They don't know what they're getting into, and then they think it looks good, so then they do it, and it's like, it's so bad. It's so bad how people do this, So anyways, yeah, we're at 2002 I saw. So 2002 is a mirror of themselves. So honestly, I really feel like this person is going to meet their reflection, and their reflection is disgusting because of what they've been giving out. This is definitely some type of connection to you. Okay, and it's been a strong connection, so that's why they've been able to do what they're doing for so long. And now I feel like, I don't know if it's you panicking or if it's them panicking, but somebody's going into panic mode, because I think they've realized that they've spent more than what they've brought in. And now I'm getting this chick whose dad died. And we were really young. Like, we were only like 20, like early 20s, and her dad died. And she used all of his insurance money, which was like only like 20 grand or something like that. And she went out and bought a brand new truck. And I thought that was the stupidest thing possible. Like, even her boyfriend at the time thought it was stupid. She used every ounce of that money just to buy a truck. And it wasn't even a nice truck. It was like a Dodge Dakota, which, I mean, I like Dakotas, don't get me wrong, but really? And she used all of it. And I thought to myself, like, wow, like, I don't know what I would do. $20,000 is not a lot of money, when it comes to like what you can do with it. It's not $1 million, it's not 500,000. It's not 100,000. It's, what did I say? 20,000? Yeah. I thought about what I would do, and I went like, man, if I needed a vehicle, I would have bought like maybe a $10,000 vehicle, right? Or like an $8,000 vehicle or something like that. And then maybe put a little bit of work to it, and then put the rest of it aside, so that if anything happened to it, I had the money to fix it. Because I mean, people really need cars. They need to be able to get to and from work. Cars need to be stable, right? They need to be looked at. They need to do inspections all the time. Like, cars are very expensive. I can see why people jump on the public transportation bus, because cars ain't easy to maintain. Right? But then to put all the money into the car to begin with, then there's nowhere to go from there if something happens. Now you've got a car that you can't pay for, that you can't afford, and that you can't keep. Right? Like, I don't even know if she still has that car. And if she does, I hope she drives it till the day she dies. And if she does, then it was worth it. If she doesn't, she just lost all that inheritance. Right? And like, you wouldn't believe how fast it goes. How fast money goes. People think like 20, they got 20,000 on their line of credit or something, or 40,000 in their credit, and they've got a fucking full-time, mortgage or like rent to pay, and then they lose their job, or they start, they stop working or whatever. People don't understand how fast it can go. Like, that $40,000 can go within 6 to 8 months if people don't realize how much they're spending, because that's another thing, is people have a really hard time compensating for the fact that there's no more coming in. That's all they got. And I actually recently just had an encounter with a woman who went ahead and decided to put coupons in Costco. And the thing was, though, is the revenue was weird because what she did was she sold them, let's say she sold them 20 grand worth of gift certificates. Costco only paid her 70%, but it was an upfront 70%. So now we're talking what? Probably like 17, 18 grand she would have got probably out of it, right? Because they took away the 30%. So yeah, so she probably got 18 grand or something like that, 19 grand, but she took the advance. And now all these people are coming in and spending these coupons, right? And she's already spent the money. So you tell me, sorry, they're not coupons, they're gift certificates. So you tell me, was it worth getting the advance from Costco, which now she's got to have, however many tickets? She's been doing it since 2017. So she's been doing it now for 7 years. And there are people actually that came in and gave me a 2017 gift certificate, which means she got that money 7 to 8 years ago. And these gift certificates, they're all $50. So when people put their gift certificates down, they're spending no less than $100 to $300 in gift certificates at a time. So when you're getting gift certificates, and I'm getting gift certificates from 2017, 2019, 2022, when did she get the money for that? Because let me tell you, she probably made no revenue tonight because she got that money 6 years ago. That is not, to me, a good business revenue. Like that to me looks like a sinking ship. Why would you do that? If you want to sell gift certificates, that's great. But her motto was completely different about it, where really what she shouldn't have been giving away $50 gift certificates for the price of 70% revenue. Right there, she's losing like $10, almost $10 on each gift certificate. So you got to be smart about money. And so many people think that because they've got credit, they've got money. No, you don't, bitch. You've got shit you've got to pay back to the bank. That's just something that you can lean on. It ain't your money. People think their credit is their money, and it's not. Like most people fucking paychecks are cash and they're gone the next day. Right? Like it's a scary world out there with how fast your money can go. And if they just decided to spend all this money on you, well, guess what? I guess they sleeping in a shelter tomorrow because they're selling that fucking house. They're paying that shit back. If they didn't have mercy for you, why the fuck would you have mercy for them? But again, it just depends on who you're dealing with. I don't know who you're dealing with, but I'm telling you, if it was my parents that did it, I would have no mercy because they had absolutely no mercy for me. They watched me drown. They watched me be homeless. They watched my sister and I go through bankruptcy, and they did nothing for us. They didn't support us. They didn't let us stay there. Fucking Cindy said, my stepmother said she couldn't handle my sister and I living there because she gets too jealous of the two of us. So she was willing to put us in a shelter when she had a 4-story home with about 5 bedrooms. But have mercy for them, right? No. So anyways, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm Whitney Moon. Thanks very much for watching. Like I said, I'm not an expert. This is entertainment only. I don't know if any of this is going to make sense to anybody. That's the way that tarot works. It either lines up or it doesn't. And I really hope that it does, because this was a really important message today. And I hope it gets through the ether and gets to where it needs to go. Word to your mothers, be good to yourselves.